Hi! Today I wanted to talk about my book to movie adaptations wishlist. A couple of days ago I posted a video with Emily of New Gloom where we talked about our favourite and least favourite book to movie adaptations, but there are some books that either have never been taken into consideration to be made a movie or that they've been working on but that kind of still hasn't happened. It's a long list, so here we go. First of all on the list, it's a bit unlikely but I'm still putting it on there, the Canterbury Tales. If any of you ever studied the history of the English language you will remember this dear old friend, the Riverside Chaucer. I used to have to do translations from Middle English and then this book wouldn't stay open so I had to like sit like this while I wrote my translations. I really like the stories in the Canterbury Tales and I don't know how I want this to be made into a movie or like a mini series, but I want it to happen. It's been years since I read this, but I did buy a kind of modern translation of the Canterbury Tales as well, which I've been planning to read. Across the Universe by Beth Revis. For those of you who don't remember, this is what the inside of the cover looks like and it's absolutely amazing. This is a young adult trilogy about a girl who's going on a space mission with her parents and they're supposed to be frozen for 300 years. They're on this massive spaceship and there's people working on the spaceship obviously for those 300 years. And then somehow she gets woken up too early and cannot be frozen again. And so she knows she's never going to see her parents again and she's going to have to adapt to life on this ship. But while they were frozen, things on the ship didn't exactly go as planned. So it's kind of like dystopian science fiction. What I really like about this book is just that when I was reading it, I could see everything happening, especially the way the ship is built because it's kind of supposed to look like Earth, so they have a fake sun and it's this like big dome. I can definitely see this book as a movie. Then a childhood favorite, Artemis, Fowl by Culver. This book has some of my very favorite characters. And I remember going on the internet in the very early internet days and finding this fan site for this book and they were talking about how they'd already cast someone for a movie. I feel like they've been working on this movie since like 2001 and who knows if it's ever going to happen. In case you haven't heard about this, this is like a 7 or 8 part series. I haven't really read them all. About a young boy who is a genius and he wants to get his family's wealth back by kidnapping a fairy because he knows that the fairy FBI has ransom money available. It always sounds a bit weird but I recently read it again and I feel like I still enjoy it as much as I did when I was a kid. Then we have Kinderen van Moeder Aarde by Thea Beckman, Children of Mother Earth. Am I going to mention this book in every single video even though there's no English translation? Yes. Just try and stop me. This is one of the very first dystopian books I ever read. It is a trilogy and it's about a world where the Third World War has happened. The world's environment has just been ruined and because of like ice melting and temperature rising, Greenland thaws and this beautiful country disappears from under the ice and a new society is formed where women rule and when the people that live in Europe that are kind of in the like English industrial period find out about Greenland, they go there to try and claim the land for their own. And it's probably never ever going to be made into a movie but I wish it would. Then we have Vivian versus the Apocalypse by Coyle, which I posted a review of a couple of days ago, which you can watch right here. It's kind of an apocalyptic story about a rapture that happens. It has some really cool female characters and a road trip. And I think it could be one of those movies that's like both kind of scary and adventurous and at the same time really fun. Also, if you haven't read Vivian versus the Apocalypse yet, you should because it's great. Then we have some books that were already made into movies or TV series, but that I just want more of. For example, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. There was one movie, I really enjoyed it, but I want more. I want more movies, please. Same with the series of Unfortunate Events. I've already said this. It's one of my favorite movies and I would very much like them to make more, but I don't think it's going to happen. And finally, one of my all-time favorite books, The Day of the Triffids. They have a BBC miniseries. I really don't like it. Apparently there's like a really old adaptation that's supposed to be quite bad, and I know that it's probably difficult to make walking plants look good, and the way they did it in the miniseries, even though it's quite recent, was just kind of laughable instead of scary. I really wish someone could pull this off and make like a really cool, apocalyptic, scary movie or miniseries. So that was my book to movie adaptation wish list. In the comments you can let me know which books you would like to see be made into movies, or maybe there are some movies that you would like to see a redo of. I will leave links to all the videos I mentioned in the description and I'll see you guys later. Doei!
Hello, me cool.